Bluetooth speakers are pretty much everywhere these days, and it feels like every brand out there has a lineup, but honestly not many can compete with the variety Tronsmart offers. They've certainly got a solid rep for putting out some seriously good wireless gadgets, and this little guy right here is no exception. This is the Tronsmart Mertune H1. The H1 is clearly gunning for the JBL Clip 5, and it's not just the hook they have in common. In my experience, it held its own pretty well, especially for the price. Sure, it might not have the same level of fine-tuned detail, but it makes up for that with a friendlier price tag and a much longer battery life. It is small enough to fit right in your hand, but don't let the size fool you. It packs a punch when it comes to bass. It's really set to be a budget-friendly option that holds its own. So the burning question is this product truly worth that asking price? Well, let's first start by unboxing it. Unboxing the H1 is exactly what you'd expect. Pretty straightforward. You've got the speaker and a basic USB-C charging cable, and that's about it. But honestly, even with the no-frills packaging, I'm really into the design of this thing. It looks great. The unit keeps it simple with its industrial design. It's a tiny portable speaker wrapped in a nylon covering and comes with a full IPX7 waterproof rating, so it's ready for whatever. You can totally use this in the rain, by the pool, or even dunk it in water up to 1 meter deep for up to 30 minutes without any issues. On top, there's a built-in carabiner, which makes it super easy to clip onto your bag or carry around. At just 5 inches by 3 inches by 2, it's really small and lightweight, which is perfect for portability. Up front, you've got a basic 3-button setup for playback, volume up, volume down, and play pause. On the top, there's a Bluetooth pairing button and a power switch. I've got to say, I really like how they've combined fabrics with soft touch plastics. It gives it a nice feel while still being durable enough for everyday use. The play button on the front is pretty handy too. You can actually use it to answer or make calls thanks to the built-in hands-free mic. And if you double press it, it'll activate your phone's voice assistant like Siri or Google. This can be handy if you don't have your phone to hand and just want to choose a song from your library. The Tronsmart Mertune H1 might be small and affordable, but it packs a serious punch. Inside, it's got a full-range speaker with bass support from a passive radiator, and Tronsmart rates its power at 8 watts, which is impressive for a mini speaker. Honestly, this thing surprised me during testing. It's got a surprisingly lively, punchy mid-bass that makes tracks more fun, and even handles some sub-bass better than you'd expect for its size. The bass doesn't feel overdone or bloated either. It keeps the overall sound balanced. The mids are full and cozy without getting too warm or muddy. Vocals, both male and female, come through clear and crisp, and the upper mid-range avoids that harsh, sharp edge some speakers have. As for the highs and treble, they're bright enough to stand out but never get piercing or sibilant. Out of the box, the sound is well-tuned and natural without needing any extra EQ. One thing to keep in mind is that it has a directional sound since everything comes from the front. That said, the coverage angle is pretty wide for a non-360 speaker. Despite its just 8-watt power rating, the H1 gets surprisingly loud. It's perfect for small outdoor hangouts, walks, or filling smaller rooms with sound. Take a listen to the sound quality without any adjustments to the EQ. Now moving on to EQ, and unfortunately the H1 doesn't have a dedicated SoundPulse EQ button, so at first glance you might think it's missing the feature. But nope, it's fully compatible with the Tronsmart app for iOS and Android. Through the app you can access EQ presets, activate SoundPulse, and even customize your own sound with a 5-band EQ. Compared to the bigger Mertune C2, the H1 is definitely ahead of the game here. The EQ adjustments make a big difference. You can instantly hear the change when switching between presets like rock or tweaking your own settings. Take a listen for yourself. Now, charging the Mertune H1 is one thing you definitely don't need to stress about. Tronsmart says it lasts up to 20 hours on a full charge, but honestly, I think that's a bit of an understatement. If you're not cranking it up to max volume or on long calls, you could easily get 24 hours or more out of it. When you do need to charge it, it's super easy. Just plug it into the USB-C port on the bottom, and you can charge it with the included cable, a USB-C battery pack, or pretty much any USB-C cable you've got lying around. It takes about 2.5 hours to fully charge, which isn't too bad. The only downside is, it doesn't have fast charging, but at under $40, I'm not complaining. Now, all in all, the Mertune H1 is obviously meant to be a more budget-friendly alternative to the JBL Clip 5, and honestly, it's impressed me. I found myself using it around the house way more than I thought I would. It's super portable, waterproof with an IPX7 rating, and the built-in clip makes it a breeze to take anywhere. Whether it's in the living room, on a camping trip, or even in the shower, this little speaker's always up for the job. As always, be sure to check this product out in the link in the description. Let me know what you think. Till next time.